Hello, this is a quick tutorial of how to use Auralayer, our free web app that helps you create interactive layer graphs to visualize musical analysis of timbre, texture, form, and more. So let's click Create to get started making a new Auralayer. Most of the time, you're probably looking to create with a YouTube link, so go over to YouTube, copy the URL of a video with the music that you'd like to analyze. Paste it into the box and click Start. The YouTube video and its audio have now been imported into the Auralayer app. If we expand the media drop-down, we can see the video and click play, and the audio will now be synced up to our Auralayer graph. To make your layer graph take up the full width of the screen, simply press the zoom in button in the top right of the window. We can create new layers either by pressing the plus button or by pressing N on the keyboard. Each layer can be named and you can change its color. I'm going to name the layers for each of the instruments that I hear in this recording that I'm going to represent in my layer graph. Something else I like to do is to color code my layers to group together instruments that are functioning together. So the drum set and the hand claps are two instruments that are distinct, but they're performing the same function. So I'm going to change the color of the drum set by clicking the paintbrush icon in the settings wheel. I don't want it to be exactly the same color as the hand claps, so I'm going to make it a little bit lighter in color. The next thing you want to do to create your layer graph is to add some splits to some of these layers and delete places where the instruments aren't playing. That way we can see the entrances and exits of each instrument. So you can add a split to a layer. It splits wherever the cursor is in the recording, and whichever layer is selected gets the split. We can split a layer by clicking this button here or by pressing S on the keyboard. You can select multiple layers all at once by holding down the Shift key and selecting all of the layers that you'd like to have selected. I find this useful when beginning my analysis because I like to listen to the recording and hit S and create a split in all of the layers anytime I hear a change, and then I can go back later and listen more closely for exactly what that change was. So I'm going to start playback. You can start playback by pressing the space key on your keyboard or by clicking the playback button here or in the YouTube player itself. So there I have my splits in all of the voices. To delete a segment, simply select the segment and hit the delete key. I'm going to delete all of the segments at the beginning of the track because the beginning of the track was just a little tag that Wolfpack puts at the beginning of all their videos. It's not actually part of the song. At the beginning of the song, all we hear are drum set and hand claps, so let's delete all of these sections as well, leaving only the hand claps and drum set. Next, the bass comes in, but not any of the rest of the instruments yet, so let's delete those again. Now we have a fuller texture with just the piano, the bass, and the more electric piano sounding synth. So I'm going to still delete these two. Next, the analog synth comes in, and finally the vocals. So now we can hit escape to deselect all the layers. And now we can see the sort of build-up introduction. There are a couple other features that you might like to know about that don't necessarily apply in this analysis, but might apply in your own analysis. One is the presence. So presence is how you might represent the different loudness levels of different instruments. So if you want to show that the hand claps are quieter than the drum set, you might select all these layers and slide that presence down to 7 out of 10. By default, the presence is locked so that there's a consistent starting and ending presence, but if you'd like to show a crescendo or decrescendo, you simply unlock the start and end presence and toggle one or the other. and that way you can show a decrescendo or a crescendo as you need. If you'd like to undo a split, use one of the merge buttons to merge a segment left or right to the next segment and get rid of a split. You can add text to a layer to add some kind of annotation that you'd like to share. Simply double-click inside a segment and begin typing. You can make the text size smaller or larger. And you can align text to the right, to the left, or in the center. To share your analysis, you have a few options. You can download the actual Auralayer file by clicking the download icon. This will let you reload your work in the app at a later time. You can also click the share button and get a URL that will link to this analysis, or you can use a QR code to share that link. Image export is still being developed, so if you'd like to simply have an image of your analysis, right now the best way to do that is to use the screenshot tool that's built into your computer and simply take a screenshot to share with other people. If you'd like to know more about what's possible, you can click on the About page and see a couple of demonstration analyses and see how you might represent your analysis in different ways. The About page also has a list of keyboard shortcuts and a link to report any bugs that you find. We're still developing the app, so we are happy to hear more from you about how we could make it better. Thanks for watching.